So, Chris, it's really awesome that you could join today. I'm so happy to be with you. Talk about our new partnership with you and Bionox. I couldn't be more excited. You're just a great fit for us, and I look forward to some great things down the years to come. So you'll have to excuse me. I feel a little bit like Chris Farley interviewing Paul McCartney on Saturday Night Live. I don't know if you ever saw that skit, but it's pretty funny if you ever go back and look at it. I'm not going to try to imitate Chris Farley. He was the man. But anyway, this is Masters Week, as you know. I mean, this is like the most entertaining week of the year for me. It's definitely like my Super Bowl. I know it's super special to you as well. So we'll look forward to reminiscing a little bit about some of your Masters moments and look at also how we fit together, your health regimen, how you're doing in the Champions Tour and things you look forward to. So we'll look forward to catching up on a lot of that type of thing. So why don't we jump into right now what's current, and that is your Champions Tour calendar and the things you're going to be doing this year. I mean, you've been competing for many years. What was it, 1990 that you actually started competing?
In professional golf.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I went to University of Florida, played all 4 years there. Go Gators. Certainly love my alma mater, but yeah, I turned pro in the summer of 1990 and was able to make it to the finals of tour school that year and started my PGA tour. Actually, at the time was the Hogan Tour in 1991. So been doing this a long time. I think we're going on over 30 years now, 31 years now. So, and like you said earlier with the Masters Week, this is a special week. This is something, if there's one regret I have in my life is that I never was able to get the second arm in that sleeve of that jacket. We had one in there for a while, but we just couldn't get that second one in. I would love to be part of this week, at Augusta. I mean, I'd be on the range right now, or even on a golf course playing right now. If I was in the tournament, then I certainly would be competing for sure. But that's the one regret, or the one thing I wish I had, was to just be part of it. Just be part of that. Go to the pro shop, go to the different places and do the different things you want to do, and the clubhouse, and you get to go on the range. Just be part of that. It would have been a special thing. But this is a special week for sure.
For sure. Well, if there was just two chips that turned out differently, one on 16 and one on 18, we'd be having a different conversation. But
we would be, yeah, we would be. We'd be doing this on the range in Augusta right now, which would be fantastic.
It would. So being as the fact that you've been at it some 30 plus years now, I know that takes a toll on your body. You've had some different challenges with your health. So how's your health doing? How's your body feeling?
Since you and I talked probably 3 weeks ago and I got the product, a Bionox product, I've been taking it, and man, my strength I feel stronger. I certainly feel like my recovery is a lot better for sure. And I wear a thing called the Whoop. I think we're sponsored by the PGA Tour also, and my recovery and my Whoop has been fantastic. So I definitely feel like it's helped me. What I love about it too, the most important thing for me is there's no sugar, and it's all holistic, and it's good for my heart. It really is. And as we get older, I remember the first conversation we had, I didn't realize that as you get older, nitric oxide levels, decrease. So this helps with that and helps you get in the right frame of mind. So I feel ready to go. I feel amped, but in a good way, not like in a shaky way, just in a good, a lot of energy. So I really feel like the Bionox has helped me a bunch.
That's awesome. We'll actually talk about the product here in just a little bit and a little bit more, but what's the number one thing that you're working on in your game?
So the number one thing that I'm working on is probably just kind of getting back into playing golf. We've been playing golf my whole life. So swinging the club is no problem. Doing all the things I have to do, it'd probably be a little bit sharper with the short game just because I haven't been playing as much as I normally play. But getting back into scoring, I think that's overlooked on the PGA Tour a bunch, or on any tour, anybody. If you're not really putting every putt in and you're not doing it on a daily basis, then you get out there and you have to all of a sudden make every putt. Everything counts. It's a different game. So for me, it's just about kind of getting back into the swing of playing. It's been a weird year the last year and a half, and for us, we've only had one tournament since November. So for me, there hasn't been much tournament golf. So getting back into the swing of things, I'm looking forward to the summer. We have a busy schedule. I mean, it's like 23 out of 27 weeks. So I'm looking forward to that because the more I play, the more I get into that scoring mode.
Man, we look forward to seeing you out there for sure. So where do you feel is your best chance this year? As you look at your schedule, what do you have circled as your best chance?
I think it's going to be somewhere in that run in the summer. I think that, for me, getting to play 5, 6, 7 weeks in a row and getting back to that just, just the kind of routine of you go play, then you play a practice, and then you go play, and you just kind of get in that routine. You forget about all the other things, all the distractions that can go on when you're playing golf. So for me, it's going to be without a doubt, probably in that run in the middle there somewhere. Hopefully a major. That'd be fantastic. We got a bunch of majors coming up in June and July. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. So I know health and wellness is a big deal for you. Tell us a little bit about your daily health regimen.
For me, it's something active, whatever it might be, whether it's a Peloton, either a bike or a treadmill, or on a day like today where it's beautiful out here in Denver and 70 degrees, maybe go on a hike, or definitely go for a walk, run, something like that. And, or I like to do a lot of Orange Theory. Orange Theory is a great workout for me because it's an hour and it touches all bases. It's really good. So, but something active every day. I have to do something active, and that's what I love about the Champions Tour is that I'm at least walking 6 to 7 miles every day. I don't ever take a cart. Pro-ams, I walk, and then the regular tournament rounds, I walk too. So at least I'm getting the exercise on the course I need.
Good. I know health is really a family affair, right? With the whole family's involved in it.
It is, yeah. My our oldest son is just got his Mackenzie PGA Tour card, so he's on the Mackenzie Tour and in great shape. And my middle daughter and my youngest daughter are both very, very health conscious with what they put in their body and what they do for their body. So, and my wife's the same way. They get it all from my wife. She's the one that kind of got us all involved in that train. But yeah, we're very health conscious family for sure. And you have to. I mean, I certainly don't feel 52, but I look in the mirror every now and then and go, man, I am 52. So you got to take care of your body.
You do. You do. Does Amy ever check your breath for pizza when you leave just to make sure?
We don't. If we do eat pizza, it's usually a cauliflower crust and it's got healthy ingredients on top.
Look at that. That is fantastic. That's good. That's cool when the whole family can do it together.
Yeah, I agree.
So I might just say a few things about Bionox. You already mentioned about nitric oxide, and I've been in the health and wellness field since 1993 and had a full scale naturopathic practice. And in 2005 was when I learned about nitric oxide. Over 100,000 studies, won the Nobel Prize in 1998, and has become the most studied molecule in history. And unfortunately, guys like us, when we get 50, actually, when you get 40, you have about half the amount of nitric oxide that you did when you were 20. And it's so important for your health. As you mentioned, the heart, for just circulation, for blood pressure, but then also for recovery, pain and inflammation. It's great as a pre-workout, post-workout, something you can put in your water bottle and drink while you're golfing. There's just so many applications on it. We can't even talk about all those things. So it really changed the course of my career. Then I got involved in formulating these nitric oxide precursors with arginine, citrulline, nitrates from beets and arugula and spinach, and all these things. And so in 2013 is when we launched Bionox, and we get hundreds of great testimonials. They come pouring in at what it's done for people. And so our tagline is actually motivating wellness, as your t-shirt says, as my t-shirt says there. And that's what we do. We try to help people where they're at today, wherever they're at, whether they be like us in our 50s and just trying to keep our edge, or whether we're the older individual that really has chronic health issues. Wherever people are at in their life, our goal is to help them get to the next level, to motivate that wellness. So we love that you're a part of us.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling it. I love it. I mean, like I said, I've been on it for three weeks to a month now, and I can definitely see the changes for sure.
So cool. So let's go into the Masters a little bit. I know you've done a lot of specials where you kind of rehash the whole 2005 event. So we're not going to go down that road, but how many Masters did you participate in?
I played 8.
Wow. And you had high finishes in most of those.
I did. I think I had 4 or 5 top 11 finishes. So at the time, for me back then, in the early 2000s is when I played, from like 2001 to 2008 or 9, I think. The course wasn't overly long like it is now. The ball didn't go as far. So, my last year, I think I played there, I was hitting 3-iron in the number one. When I first started going there, it was a driver 9-iron for me, or driver 8-iron, maybe even a 3-wood. But now the course has gotten so long, and the players have gotten so long that the course had to kind of go with it. It's a hard enough golf course without having to hit a woods into some of those par fours.
Right.
But I do miss it. It is one of the most special places in the world.
Oh, for sure. It just looks so cool. So what is your favorite Masters memory?
Probably the '05 Masters. Even though it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to turn out, I made birdies down the stretch. I did what I needed to do down the stretch to give myself a chance to win. And just it was Tiger Woods, and I'm not the only guy. He's got 82 wins. So I finished second to him 3 times. So there's 79 other guys out there that have finished second to him also. So, it was just such a special place for me. It was probably the only couple times in my career where I felt like I had that focus to where I didn't really even notice the fans. I didn't really notice how big the situation was. I just was kind of playing golf. And, that's that made Tiger so good, is Tiger was able to do that every round, every shot, every tournament. For me, I maybe had that 5 to 10 tournaments in my career, and over 500 events played on the PGA Tour, and he does that every single shot, every single time. That's what made him so much better than everybody else. He had physical things he could do that other people couldn't, but the mental way that he was able to kind of engage himself, that's what made him so good.
Well, you can certainly hold your head high. I mean, you battled him. You beat him that day, if you want to look at it that way.
Yeah.
Back from 3 shots, and you tied it at the end. So, what more can you do? But what a special. I mean, I think it's one of the most watched Masters of all times. At 2005, I remember where I was at, and my friend had the ability to. We had the DVR, so we were able to rewind a lot of those different plays back then, and that was just a real special year.
It was a fun tournament.
Yeah. So why such success there? You mentioned that you're not the longest guy off the tee, but why were you able to have such success?
Yeah, it's weird too, because they always say you have to kind of be a drawer of the golf ball too, and I don't even like my car going left, let alone my golf ball. So. I just kind of didn't play above myself there. I knew my limitations. I knew what I could do. And I just played. It was probably the only course where I just played to my strengths. The par 5s, I wasn't going to be long enough to get to. And then the greens are so good. And I'm a really good putter on fast greens. So for me, the faster the greens, the better. And I was able to really visualize that. And it's kind of a tricky course too, because it's one where you don't really look at the pins when you're hitting your second shots into the greens. You're really looking for slopes to bring the ball to the pins. So you really have to have a lot of imagination on those golf courses, and you have to just stick to your plan and not get ahead of yourself. And I was able to do that. I was able to just kind of know my limitations, and knew that I wasn't going to be able to draw a drive around the trees on number 13. That just wasn't me. So I never put myself in an uncomfortable situation out there. I just tried to keep it as comfortable as I could.
Yeah, you putted like a madman. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
So, basketball, they talk about the 6th man being the home court crowd. So for you, what would you say is your 15th club in the bag?
I would say it's probably having somebody to talk to mentally. I was, in that run, I was with Dr. Gio Valiente, and, he gave me some really good tips that I still utilize to this day. Things you can't control. You can't go back and hit the shot that you just cost you a shot in the last hole. That's when it's over. You have to move on. Golf, we talked a lot about how golf will beat you down, and it won't let up. I mean, you have to kind of get yourself out of it. So for me, being able to understand that, and then in this game, you have to realize that, nerves play a big role. And if for some reason you are struggling nerves, if you try to hide that and don't admit it, admitting it is the best way to get over it. I guarantee you can ask anybody on tour if they've had a tournament that they should have won that they didn't because they got in their own way. And I would say every single player on tour would say yes. So being able to understand that and know that is a way to get past it.
Yeah, that makes sense. So let's go to this question. So how about your pick for the week? Who do you think's got the best chance?
I just think he's playing so good right now. Justin Thomas. I just like his game. I think he's ready to just blow up this whole PGA Tour. I think if there's anybody out there right now that can kind of separate themselves from everybody else, I think it's him. I think he's, what he did at TPC was amazing, and I think he's my guy for sure.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm gonna go with Jordan Spieth. I picked him.
Nice.
I
Great
picked
win
him
yesterday. Boy, that was exciting.
It was exciting, and I picked him about 3 weeks ago because he was trending. And we know Phil did it back to back with the Masters, right? One year. So why can't he do it? But we'll see. But I'm glad he's playing better. It's great.
Me too.
All right, so we got some rapid fire questions, Chris. So they're gonna come at you fast and furious.
These are good. I didn't look at these either, so I don't know what you're gonna ask me, which is good.
Good. Well, buckle in. They're coming.
Okay.
All right. So number one, favorite Masters sandwich, pimento cheese or egg salad?
I can throw you for a loop here. You buy both of them, and then you take half off, and you make a sandwich between the two of them.
That sounds amazing, actually.
It's so good. It's unbelievable.
Cool. So how about favorite golf announcer?
Jim Nance. Unbelievable. He's the greatest. I mean, he just is. Just the classiness. I mean, I can't wait to listen to him tonight on the national championship for the basketball and men's. He's got that voice, and that in 2005, right after I lost, he literally came up and put his arm around me and said, "Boy, we would love to put that jacket on you in the Butler cabin." He was rooting for me hard. So he's been a friend throughout the years. He's just such a classy guy.
I can see that. I mean, you can't think of the Masters without hearing his voice. For sure.
No.
So what about favorite call? Do you have a favorite call of Jim or anybody else?
And this is at Augusta, right?
Sure, anywhere.
It probably was. I mean, now looking back, I hear that how they talk about the chip that Tiger made. I mean, just the way it went, and it was unreal. It really was.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. It was right off. You just feel it's right off the cuff from Vern Lundquist there. Wow.
Yeah. Oh my. Yeah.
For sure. I think I have to go with Jim Nance. The bear has come out of hibernation.
I love that one too. My God, that was awesome. Yeah.
Good. Okay, so favorite city or place to which golf has brought you?
My favorite city or place. Oh my gosh, where do I love playing golf most? I probably Pebble Beach is hard to beat. It really is. My favorite tournament is Augusta for sure, because it's just such an awesome place. Such a great tournament. But Pebble Beach, like to just walk around that place is amazing.
It looks like it. Yeah, that's another bucket list place for me. So how about favorite guy to play with on tour?
There's a bunch of guys I like to play with, but if I was going to play, I would say David Toms is one of my really good friends. He's a huge LSU Tiger.
Right.
So there's that rivalry between us, me being a Florida Gator, but we spend a lot of time on the Champions Tour together. Just a great guy. I've grown up with him. I mean, he was 1 year older than me in college, but we've gone through the ranks together, and somebody I've known for 28, 30 years. So just a great friend and a great guy, really is.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. He seems like it. Loved his win at the PGA.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
that's another guy that does his limitations. He knows exactly what he does to make him, and he lives and he plays that way.
Yeah, right. So you recently moved to Colorado. So hike or ski?
Both. Absolutely.
Why pick that? Good.
The perfect solution is to hike and then ski down. That's the best thing to do. Now we haven't done that yet, but that is on our bucket list to do that. But we see people doing that all the time. When you're on a chairlift, they're walking up and they ski down. But skiing is so much fun. It really is, and everybody in the family does it. So it's a great family vacation when we get to do it. But living here, everything's an hour, 20 minutes away, so it's easy to drive right up the mountain and you're there.
Right. Yeah, it's a really beautiful state. Got to be there in March last year. It was fantastic.
Great. Yeah.
So, excuse me, Chris, thank you so much for this interview and taking time out. I know this is a busy week as all weeks are for you, but this one particularly with all the things that you have to do. We're actually going to do a giveaway, right? So starting on Wednesday, your followers will have 3 days to participate, and they'll be randomly selected to win. We're going to give away your favorite product and my favorite product, which is M3, the Ultimate Nitric Oxide Nutrition. We're going to give away one of our cool T-shirts that we're wearing today.
Absolutely.
We're going to do a water bottle along with it, and to make sure that they know it's coming from you, you're going to give a signed photo, right?
Yep, absolutely.
What a nice package. That'll be pretty cool. So that starts on Wednesday. So check back on that. Check back on Wednesday on Twitter.
Perfect. That sounds great.
Yeah. In the meantime, people can go to bionoxgolf.com and they can check out our products, give them a try. We even have a special Chris DiMarco code. So that's pretty
I
cool.
like that.
25%. Yeah, 25% off at checkout. All they do is put in a capital C, a capital D as Chris DiMarco 25. That's CD 25 at checkout, and you'll get 25% off. So a great t-shirt I need to make you one day is that you're 50, fierce, and fit.
Yes.
And, that is so cool. We've seen the body transformation, how well you're doing. I love that you're part of the team. Together, we are truly going to be motivating wellness. So thanks again, Chris, and I look forward to a great year from you.
Yeah, me too. Thank you guys so much. I'm really excited about this partnership too. And I like it when a product really helps me, and it does. And I can't do anything but endorse it as much as I can, because it is a great product.
Awesome. Talk soon.
All right. Thanks. Thanks, Jay.
Thank you.
All right.